Moshood Adisa Olabisi Ajala, also known as Ajala the Traveler, was a Nigerian journalist, travel writer, and actor. He is famous for being a global traveler who toured 87 countries on a scooter, meeting political leaders and celebrities. His only published book, which covered his travel adventures, was titled An African Abroad, published in 1963. His name in Nigeria today is synonymous with travel. It is also used as a slang to tease people who cannot seem to stay in a place. They are called Ajala the Traveler. Olabisi Ajala was born in Ghana to a Nigerian family. It was a polygamous family with about 30 children and 4 wives. Ajala was the 25th child. When he was a child, his parents moved back to Nigeria, where he attended Baptist Academy in Lagos and Ibadan Boys High School, Ibadan. In 1952, at the age of 18, Ajala proceeded to the United States of America to further his education. He was admitted to the University of Chicago as a pre-medical student whose dream was to become a medical doctor, return and practice in Nigeria. Although his wish did not come to pass, he later moved to Roosevelt College to study psychology. In Chicago, Ajala conceived of a cross-country trip to Los Angeles on a bicycle. The trip covered about 2,280 miles. He started the trip on the 12th of June 1952 and arrived in Los Angeles on July 10th. The trip earned him many accolades, including coverage in major newspapers as at that time. Upon arrival in Los Angeles, 2 days ahead of schedule, Ajala was received by the city's mayor, Fletcher Boron. In Los Angeles, he became a mini superstar and gave a lot of interviews. Apart from several television appearances in African traditional attire, Ajala's exploits paved the way for him in the world of movies. He featured in White Witch Doctor, produced by the 20th Century Fox movie studio, during which he was paid $300 per week. By 1955, he signed a movie contract with Eagle Lion Studios of Hollywood, making movies with European and African backgrounds. On April 27, 1957, Ajala began a trip around the world from London. These would form the basis for his 1963 biography called An African Abroad. To write this book, Ajala had visited India, Soviet Union, Iran, Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Egypt, and finally, Australia. He traveled around all of them on his Vespa scooter, which had famous autographs of famous people he had met. He also visited Poland, Germany, Prague, Australia, Yugoslavia, Albania, Bulgaria, Hungary, and Turkey. Throughout Ajala's journey all over the world, he was a ladies' man. He had wives and children scattered all over the globe. Upon returning to Nigeria, Ajala became a socialite and hung out with celebrities and entertainers like the late Sikiru Ayinde Barrister. Both men soon fell out and filed litigation against each other. Ajala would later withdraw his suit. By that time, a life of pomp and ceremony had become a luxury as his influence, popularity, and fame dwindled. He had no saving for the rainy days and no house he could call his own. He lived in a rented apartment in a 2-story building on Adeniran Street by Riga, Lagos. Nothing in the house suggested a popular man like Ajala lived there. An observer once wrote, Ajala's sitting room was devoid of a carpet. had a table of about 5 locally made iron chairs in a corner, which also served as a dining table. An old black and white television sat uncomfortably in an ill-constructed shelf. It was indeed a story of penury. As he battled penury, stroke struck. It became double jeopardy for Ajala as he had no money to take care of himself. He died of paralysis from stroke in Lagos on February 2nd, 1999, at the age of 65. Olabisi Ajala had the world in his pockets, but died a lonely man with nothing in his pockets.